Aegina, East Pediment. The east pediment of the Temple of Apphia already belongs in the classical period, as a short look at the dying warrior in the left-hand corner makes clear. Like the dying man of the west pediment, he was hit by an arrow in the chest, but in this case his strength has, to a large degree, already seeped out of his limbs. The upper part of his body and his head are not erect and facing the viewer, but turned towards the ground. He is dying, alone, at one with himself. His left arm is already slipping out of the strap of his upright shield, while his right is clinging desperately onto his sword and propping him up with his last ounce of strength. In the very next moment, the shield will crash down and bury the warrior's head beneath it. In this picture, the essential features of early classical art are shown as in a burning glass. It connects the portrayal of the person to the situation without turning into a mere snapshot. It is serious and stern, but at the same time personal and sensitive in a completely new way. The dying man in the left corner of the east pediment is the Trojan king Laomedon, who ruled over the city a generation before the Homeric struggle for Troy. Laomedon had sinned against the gods, who sent a sea monster to terrorize the population. It was Heracles, the greatest of all heroes, who managed to overcome the monster. Laomedon insulted him too, by refusing to reward him for his rescue operation, whereupon Heracles gathered a group of heroes about him, including Telamon and Peleus, the fathers of Ajax and Achilles, portrayed in the west pediment. Together they captured the city, and Heracles killed the disloyal king. The artist who designed the east pediment could only have had the objective of outdoing the inspired composition of the west pediment. But it should be noted that the art of the ancient world, unlike modern art, did not primarily aim for originality and otherness. Its highest ethos lay far more in initially matching the technical and artistic expertise of examples from the past in order to then surpass them in a second step. Just how supremely and outstandingly well this was achieved in the creation of the east pediment group is revealed to the viewer if we look at the sculptures in detail. At first, everything seems to be as before. Once again, Athena is standing in the centre of the picture. Again, two Greek heroes, of which only the statue on the right has survived, although the left one can certainly be pieced together, are moving away from her as they fight. These warriors, by analogy with the heroes on the west pediment, Ajax and Achilles, must be identified as their fathers, Telamon and Peleus. Their Trojan opponents have already been conquered here and are falling to their knees, although in each case a comrade is leaping to their side to help, in vain. Once again, a Greek archer is kneeling next to the central groups of three, on the left only fragmentarily, on the right almost completely preserved. It seems as if the pictorial form of the west pediment has been faithfully copied. Yet through a change that looks simple, a bold transformation of the composition occurs. The archers are no longer facing outwards and shooting an opponent from a short distance. On the contrary, they have shot across the middle and fatally wounded their enemy in the opposite corner. The effect could not be more powerful. In the true sense of the classical period, the event is thus brought closer to reality and is hence more serious and dramatic, and at the same time both halves of the pediment become closely interlinked. A look at the meaning of the picture fully reveals the mastery of this design. The virtually unscathed archer on the right is wearing a lion's scalp over his head. This is Heracles. With a well-aimed shot he is killing the sinner Laomedon. Hence, as in the myth, he becomes the main protagonist of the action, without, however, occupying the middle of the composition. The places of honour next to Athena are thus kept free for the Aeginetans Telamon and Peleus, who are supposed to clearly and impressively represent the fame and rank of the island of Aegina.